So I did 45, 10, then I could do 45, 10, do 25. I think next week I should just do like 45. Alright, so today I want to show you guys what I've actually been eating on the daily. My diet honestly has felt very boring because it's usually the same thing. I usually just switch up the sides and the greens, but it is always chicken. I've noticed that I've gotten so much energy from changing this diet. My physique has changed so much, and I feel like my testosterone has gone higher, and I just overall feel so much better. The gym and the diet has really helped me dial in on everything else in my life, whether that's just like making content, the business most importantly, and just like how I've been going about staying consistent with every single thing in life. And even my sleep schedule has been completely fixed. So I feel like my diet has been the biggest contributor to all this. And I was gonna show you guys a quick update on my desk setup. I didn't update it too much, but I have a few notes that I did want to show on my wall. So this is usually what I have on my wall. These are all the places that I eventually want to have a place in: journaling, reading, meditating, praying, going to the gym. YouTube, I want to eventually get 100 episodes out. The goal isn't to be big. The goal is to just get out 100 episodes and see where I'm at. I'm not even trying to be attached to the numbers. And the gym, that's what I have. It's protein, 5 to 6 times a week, cardio, calorie deficit, all that. And the business, obviously the most important part: AI automation, website, digital products, product services, everything that I'm doing right now. I'll also give y'all an update right after this. And then books, these are the ones that I'm trying to honestly get to. I do have Can't Hurt Me and then Discipline Equals Freedom. This book has really taught me a lot about the gym and just having the mindset behind it, so it's been great. And then Testosterone, thinking about that. And then these are all my affirmations. These are all the quotes that I really try to think about every single day of my life, just with creating is life, film is forever, just accepting that failure is a part of the process. You have to always be on a constant quest to be the best version of yourself. So just different things. And then obviously the most important one, I will be rich, because obviously in this life I will be rich, most definitely. And then obviously my spirit animal right there. Usually I have all my camera equipment right here. And then these are all the watches that are eventually going to be Rolexes. These are all eventually going to be Rolexes, but right now, you know, we have the daily. I don't know if y'all see this. We have the daily, but for the most part, that's just what it is. Now, I imagine myself being in a city like Dubai. I imagine the type of man I would be, how I want to dress, what watch I want to wear, what type of car I want to drive, what gym I want to do. This is obviously when I've made it, you know, when I've made it, and I would say like another 10 plus years, like in my mid 30s to my late 30s, when I actually have my life fully figured out. This book is called The Successful Man. You can actually get it, I want to say it's from an Instagram page. And it basically is just like a 90-day guide on how you can change your life. And it just talks about social media detoxes, what does a 10 out of 10 life look for you, what is your definition of a successful man. So these are a lot of things that I've thought about. Even here it says, what does a 10 out of 10 physique look like? What does a 10 out of 10 mindset look like? What would make your business career 10 out of 10? And then it talks about the additional, like it gives, what do you want to think about? Family legacy, man's legacy, relationships, dressing, showing how you should be presenting yourself, and then stop comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself, the old version of you versus you. So yeah, I just thought it was very important to mention that in this video. An update on the business. The business is doing well right now. I did sign some clients, so things are looking up for me. I feel like I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to figure out how I can continue making the system more effective to where I can do more outreach and have more efficient results for my clients. R7, R9, R3. I didn't even know that. I think for the future bike, I'm between a Kawasaki, the R7, the R3, and then probably that Kawasaki right there. I think all of them are pretty good options. Yeah, I feel like this one is really nice, that one and that one. What do you think is the best colorway, bro? I feel like the best colorway is like the red and blue one, or the light blue?
Or the light blue. That's one, bro. I like the
light blue. Oh, that's heavy.
Is it? It looks like it would be hard to like stabilize.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I really just like the R7. Right? I feel like the colorways are the best. I do like that one though. The white and red one's probably my favorite one so far. That one felt the most right. That one felt the most right. I feel like this one with the mirrors too. This one feels like really good. What's your favorite one so far? I'd say for me, it's probably the R7 and then the R3. Since this video is about actually building the life that I actually want, I figured I'd give you guys a breakdown on how I actually identified that and what were the steps that I went through and all the components that go into that. So I asked myself, what do I actually want? I actually sat there and thought about what I want my future life to look like, similar to the vision board that I just showed you guys. So I figured that my freedom, I'd want time freedom and travel freedom. So I love traveling. This is one of my favorite things to do. I feel like everyone at some point in time in their life should be traveling. Time freedom, I don't want somebody else to control my whole schedule. I want the freedom to be able to go wherever I want and do whatever I want, and most importantly, not be told what to do on my own time. I want to own my own time, because I feel like in a world that's moving this fast, especially with AI, it's getting harder and harder to really find like great opportunities. However, it's getting easier and easier with AI. So I feel like time freedom is so important. Living, I want to live by the water. I feel like the idea of being able to live by water and taking a break from your office or stepping away from your business or stepping away from a high stress environment and being able to just go out to the beach and relax for a bit is very important. Airbnbs, I want to own multiple properties. Ideally, I want to have 6 to 7 income streams at some point in time in my 30s and like the way further future, but I want Airbnbs to be one of the more important things. Cities, this is just Dubai, Bali, and LA. LA is last on the list. Bali, just because I know a lot of entrepreneurs do retreats there, and I feel like it's a great place where you can live for cheap, you can grow, you can manage your business, and I know everything down there is pretty great in terms of transport and living expenses are low. And then most importantly is Dubai, my favorite city in the world. I think this city is honestly the city of the future. I feel like it's the best city if you have business, if you're in the space of fitness, finances, all that, networking. I feel like Dubai is on top. And obviously right now I'm getting my master's in finance, but thinking about my own finances, I eventually want to own property, and I eventually want to be in a tax-free system, which ideally would be Dubai. And then again, just rephrasing Airbnbs, having my own Airbnb so I'm able to stay in that when needed to, and I'm able to have spaces for family as well. And then crypto, obviously, I have been investing in crypto for a while now, but I want to learn more about the game because I feel like my investment portfolio could be so much better than it even is now. And then lifestyle, gym obviously, very important, very big essential. Health, without health you don't really have anything, and I feel like I've really realized that this last year and a half, and I've really made it a priority to have better health. Diet, obviously, I talked to you guys about that. I've doubted that. Less social media. I've always been a social media guy. I've always loved posting. I've always been a creative. I've always loved photography, taking photos. But eventually I do want to get away from it. Once I blow up on YouTube and once I make a lot of money and get rich, I'll just get away. I know I'll disappear. Wife, kids, and family. Wife, kids, and family, I feel like every single man needs to. I know nowadays it's easy to say, obviously, with how difficult things are, but it's so important for me to have my own family. I just see myself being an amazing dad in the future. Obviously, I want children, so yeah. And then the only thing that I didn't put on here that I just thought about is my own legacy. So having a man's legacy, having a good legacy, actually standing for something, standing for discipline, standing for being different, standing for actually doing what I want to do with my life. So yeah, so I just figured it'd be important for me to break this down, and I want to challenge you guys to be able to identify what you actually want in your life, and hopefully this video encouraged you to actually go for it, because I'm actually going for it and doing what I actually have always wanted to do. Obviously it's a risk and it's scary, but at the end of the day, we only live one life. So yeah, thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, share. I'll see you guys on the next one.